Hello and welcome to ScreenBlitz, the weekly film and TV show giving you all the top news, views, reviews, previews, features, opinions and more that you need to know. I'm your host Grant Burton. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Grant Burton, or you can go to twitch.tv to watch this live each and every week. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, gave me a thumbs up and left a comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But it's time to get on with the show, and on today's show I am reviewing Wentworth Season 6, final score, and I've got something else. What is the other thing I'm reviewing? Iron Fist Season 2. But that's still to come, because we start each and every week with the news. First up today, Brad Miska from Bloody Disgusting says Jordan Peele is in talks to remake Candyman. It's unclear at this point if he's talking about directing it or just producing it. And yeah, Candyman, I've never seen it before. It's one of them rare horror franchises that the series is successful and well liked, but there's only actually been 3 films, one of which was theatrical, the other 2 were TV movies, so it's a little surprising that it kind of just ended and it hasn't been churning out a bunch of sequels time after time. So yeah, reboot it, whatever. I will say it'll be a mistake not to have Tony Todd in the role of Candyman. He is still around, he's a pretty good actor sometimes. And yeah, Jordan Peele, great choice. He done Get Out. I don't know if he's going to be directing this though, because I think he's gearing up to do his next film. So yeah, I'm all for this, although I haven't seen any of the Candyman films, so I really don't know. But yeah, people like them. Next up, probably the big news story this week. Tatiana Siegel and Boris Kitt at The Hollywood Reporter say Henry Cavill is out as Superman amid DC Universe shakeup. Warner Bros. Has been trying to get Cavill to cameo in Shazam, but contract talks broke down between Warner and Cavill's reps, as well as scheduling conflicts. Warner is putting its full attention on a Supergirl movie moving forward. So, this is just rumoured right now, it hasn't been confirmed. Cavill did post something on Instagram poking fun of it maybe, but we don't really know what he was getting at there. He might have also been referencing the rumours that Michael B. Jordan was being lined up to replace him, which, yeah, I'm all for that, why not? And this could be something that's either the best move he can do or the worst move he can do. Because when you think about it, Henry Cavill has yet to do a good film where he's playing Superman. He's got Man of Steel, which is just alright, Batman v Superman, which is bad, and Justice League, which is somewhere between bad and alright. And yeah, he's just done Mission Impossible Fallout, and he's signed on to do the Witcher TV series, so things are looking good for him. Everything he seems to do outside of DC is somewhat decent, if not alright, or better. So yeah, I think this would be a great move for him, but time will tell. So, Warner is going to be recasting this role if he isn't doing it. That much is very obvious, because Superman is way too big a character to just pretend he's gone. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if this actually happens, because like I said, it is just rumoured right now. Next up, Leslie Goldberg and Maureen Ryan at The Hollywood Reporter. American Gods sidelines new showrunner amid delays and frustrations. Showrunner Jesse Alexander has been asked to stop working on the series. He's no longer writing, showrunning, or sitting in on the editing of the show. One source says he was fired, but not fired. Alexander's multiple drafts of the finale were rejected, and now they're reportedly working on the 7th draft. Instead of shooting the finale, which should have been well into production, cast and crew are reshooting past episodes and doing pickups. The next season won't arrive until 2019, 2 years after the first season. So this is a really long and detailed article. If you're really interested, go check that out. There's lots of stuff there that I couldn't get through all of it. And yeah, because of all the problems this show has had, with first it had what was his name? The original showrunner. He also done Hannibal. I want to say Brian Fuller. Was that his name? I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, the original showrunner dropped out because there was arguments over budget. So then they got this guy come in, Neil Gaiman, who wrote the original novel, then stepped up to try and get a bigger role in this season, and they're just having loads of problems. Cast have dropped out. Gillian Anderson's no longer in it, which is a huge, big mistake because she's really good in this. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna get a third season. The show itself is just alright. It's more interesting than it is actually good. It comes up with great ideas and concepts, but the execution's not always there. I think it puts style above substance at times. But yeah, Ian McShane is brilliant in the role of, what's his role? And I know what his actual role is, but that's a huge spoiler, so I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I can't remember what is Mr. Wednesday, I think he's called. But yeah, he's the best thing about the show. Very stylish, but the story and characters are lacking. But yeah, it's not going to get a third season, I don't think, after all the problems they've had. And it's based on one book, so I don't know how well it adapts that book. I don't know what else there is there. I think there's been rumors that there's going to be another book being released at some point in the future, but yeah. Oh well. Final news story of the day. Brian Crescente from Variety says Peter Calloway to adapt Alan Wake for television. So Alan Wake is a video game that was heavily influenced from TV shows like The Twilight Zone and films like Secret Window. So the game itself is a horror where basically a writer goes to this secluded location. He's suffering from writer's block. He's trying to get inspiration, and weird, mysterious things happen because the events of his latest book start coming to life. And the twist is that he hasn't actually got any memory of writing this book. So there's lots of lore, very interesting ideas. Personally, I wasn't a fan of the game myself, more to do with the gameplay than the story. And yeah, I think it would make a really good film. Not sure about a TV show. But interestingly, the video game was presented like a TV show. It had episodic chapters. It was very much mimicking the TV style. So it would be easy to adapt it to a TV show, but whether it would be a good one or not, I don't know. So Sam Lake, the writer of Alan Wake and one of the main guys at Remedy, is attached as an executive producer. He's heavily involved in this, which is good because it's a video game adaptation. Many video game adaptations kind of just don't involve the original video game makers at all, which is a huge mistake. But yeah, this time it looks like they're trying to get this done right. And apparently they're going to start production next month, which seems really early, but maybe this has been going on for a while in the background, I don't know. But yeah, there's potential here. So, before I move on to trailers, just a reminder, click subscribe, click that bell as well to be notified when I post new content, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. If you're watching this on Twitch, get in the chat at the end of the show, we'll have a little hangout, and give me a follow as well. But yeah, on to trailers. Outlander Season 4. So I've just watched this trailer. They released a teaser not too long ago, so I commented on that, and I'm not going to talk too much about this, but it looks good. I still don't really know what the actual focus or the goal of this show is now. I can't really say why that is without going into spoilers. But yeah, this is a really good show nonetheless. If you aren't watching it, go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime in the UK. I think it's also recently been on like More 4, but it's like 2 or 3 years behind on More 4 now. So yeah, Outlander looks like more Outlander. It looks really good. So yeah, I'm all for it. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, sorry. This looks like a really good fun western. I like a good old-fashioned western. You don't get many of them now, as the genre's kind of, I want to say dated, but that's not right. It's not dated, it's just not used very often. It's done by the Coen brothers, who done No Country for Old Men, and what's the other one? True Grit. So they've done good westerns before, and I'm a big fan of the Coen brothers. I know they're not for everyone, but I really like them. This trailer looks really fun. It looks like they're mixing their unique sense of humor in there as well, so it's not just a straight up western. So yeah, I'm all for this. It's on Netflix as well, so it's going to be available to everyone who's got that. Yeah, I'm all for it. Final trailer, probably the biggest one this week, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So when I was a kid, I used to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and in retrospect, it's very dated, very silly and cheesy. it's not a good show, really. It I don't believe it adapted the actual source material, but I could be wrong there. This looks like it's going to be darker and more, what's the word, gothic, and I think it's going to be more adult as well. And by that I mean it's going to be more serious. It's going to have darker tones and content. But I don't know if it's going to go as far as to have swearing or nudity or anything like that. I'm not familiar with the original material, so I'm really curious as to how far it's going to go. I've heard that it might be going really far, but I don't know. Kiernan Shipka is playing Sabrina. I think that's brilliant casting. She was really good in Mad Men, underrated actress, and yeah, I'm all for this. I'm really into seeing what this show is going to be. So that's the end of news and the trailers. Thanks for watching so far.